Hello, friends. How are you? Hello, friends. How are you? Hello, friend. How are you? Hello, friends. 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 How are you? All right. Hello. How are you? Here's what I want to talk about. No, you're not in trouble. All family meetings are not bad. Sometimes I just have a thought I want to share with you guys. And you guys are the most important group of people who support me, stage crew managers. So, yes, if you were from Patreon, you'll know all family meetings are not bad. Just some are bad. So here's what I want to talk about. Actually, I'll give people a couple seconds to come in. Okay. I looked at the poll information, and I'll tell you why I asked that. A lot of you guys said you wish you could vote for 2 or 3 things. So right now, the main thing you guys are interested in is this scripted comedy with Tony Baker, Tahir, and Angel. Probably will have Melissa in it too. Unscripted travel show is in the second place with Melissa, Angel, and Marcus. Third place, dating show with me and Melissa. Fourth place, stand-up comedy. And nobody cares about Kev on everything. I wanted to do a ranking, but Patreon doesn't allow you to do that. My question is, first question, what y'all didn't like about Kev on Everything? Because I really liked that show, but y'all was like, mm-mm. So my first question is, what about it is y'all was like, no? Was it that you would watch it, or that it just wasn't the most exciting thing? I like Kev on Everything, but you made us choose. Okay, I love Kev on Everything. I just love group content more. That's good to know. We did like it, but we want them shows. Okay. We only had one option. Kev on Everything was my second choice. Okay. So it's not that you never watched Amani? Why you lie to me? Don't put I'm not gonna lie. Kev is already everything. Not the most exciting. But I like Kev on Everything, but okay, so it wasn't that you didn't like it, it's just that when you just have one choice, you want the group more. Okay, cool. I got it. So you prefer me with other people. I'm more of a group content type of person. I like them though. So from what I gather from you guys, you'd rather see me with my friends than alone. You'll watch me alone, but you like to see me with the people that you also see me with in other videos. Tony, Tahir, Angel, Liz, things like that. You bounce off well with others. That's what Zay says. We love you, Kev, but you are you are on a lot. Now we sound like Zay. More voices equals more funny. Okay, I want more Angel, so I'm here for that. I would have enjoyed it more if you included the live comments. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah. So to be honest, so who said I liked it, but some episodes were better than others? Okay, so I can be honest with y'all. I pitched them a lot of the episodes. They only took 2 of my ideas, but since Facebook was paying, I was doing 2 ideas they took of mine were the MMA fight and the Benihanas. Those are the only 2 things that I wanted to do. Coffee. Oh, the magic show I suggested, but I said I needed to perform magic in front of kids. At the last second, they were like, we couldn't get no kids. And I was just like, But the coffee, the car thing, fashion, I didn't want to do those. I mean, I like doing them, but they weren't my suggestions. Yeah. Okay, cool. Where are you at a croc angel? Croc angle. Good point. Cover up my balls. Okay, cool. Now, here's why I'm asking. I want to float some idea with you guys. And listen, this has to stay within the group because I'm not sharing it to the world for potentially a while. I'm trying to do things the right way. Melissa and I are working on the next level of Kev on Stage Studios. We've talked to you guys about it a lot at length, but we have a company that is interested in us making it look really official. Here's the issue. It's expensive. Okay. There's two issues. Most of the people who are on Patreon are at the $5 amount. This is not there's no problem for me with that. I don't mind. However, if I go to this new thing, which is like nice, I'm probably gonna have to go up $1 because they take butt loads of fees. Would y'all be willing, people were at 5, to go to 6? Just let me know if you do 6. A whole $1 so I could incorporate their fees. Okay, yes. No, we don't need, I don't need y'all to bless me. Don't even go there, cat. No. Don't even start. I'm just trying to do 6 right now. Okay. Pretty much everybody can do 6. Janelle's Canadian. She can already go to 6, 7. Okay. Here's another question. For those of you who want to do more than 6, okay? If I left the Patreon available, now mind you, the eventual goal is to have you only playing one platform. If I went so on this new platform, you can't do tiers. And most of everybody does 5. Again, that's fine. Trust me, I'm not asking for more. But for those of you who want to do more, if I left the Patreon up so you could do $1 a month, $2, $3, $4, $5, up to 50, would some of you who think it's worth more subscribe? Live right now, or you just... I'm live now. Okay. You need something? No. Would you be willing to do the app and then would you be open to be able to do it like that so you could give more if you want to separately? Because I'm not trying to double charge you. K-Mac, great question. What number would help you break even? The truth of the matter is, that's a hard question to answer. I'm going to tell you why. Here's what I have to do to take this company to the next level. And I'm kind of more excited about it than anything I've been excited in a whole long time. There's an upfront cost that you have to pay for this app. A huge cost. You got to pay annually. And then they take a bigger chunk than Patreon takes. So if I were at 5, I'd only get $2.85. Whereas Patreon 5, you really get $4.50. You get majority of your money. So I have to do an initial investment. And then to produce those shows, I have to pay to produce them. Right now, I pay Angel to be in the podcast. Greg and Josh are on payroll. And then I pay my content people. If I had to do a web series with Tony and Tahir, I'd have to pay them to act in it. I'd have to pay crew, director, camera people, crafty. I'd have to pay location fees. I'd have to pay editor, graphic designer, colorist, sound. That would be a really big, a much bigger cost than I'm used to paying, right? But I'm okay with that, and I want to do it. So it's not, but I don't necessarily want to pass off that content to that price to you, the people. It's not Quibi. It'll be my own platform. Problem with that is if I take on investment, they're going to want a percentage of the company. So if somebody says, Kev, we love it, we'll give you 500K, for example. They're going to want 30-40% of the company. I'm going to have to answer to them, things like that. I don't want to do that. What I would rather do is build it very slowly and own it, right? The majority. So what that means is I won't be able to do 8-9 shows at once, right? I'll be able to keep the podcast going, and I probably would start off with when COVID clears up, the travel show with Melissa and Angel, Marcus, and me. But first, the thing with Tony Tahir, Melissa, and Angel. Melissa gonna act in this. I'm just gonna make her. But the Tony Tahir. So let me back up. The Tony Tahir thing would be the thing I'm most excited about making because I haven't done scripted comedy in a while. That would also be the most expensive thing. Travel show with Angel would be the next. Angel, Marcus, and Melissa would be the thing I'm next excited about because I like to do travel and fun stuff with my friends. But because of COVID, that's months away, maybe even to 2021 before we could produce it. Okay? Kev on Everything would be fun, easier produced. Stand-up is simple, and the other thing that was on there was... What was the other thing on the poll? Oh, dating show. Dating show probably falls somewhere along the lines of the Angel show. Might be easier to produce. So, the cartoon is fun. That is wildly expensive. Wildly expensive. Danielle R, why not take out a loan? I don't want to because I don't want to go into debt. Okay? What I would rather do is produce small episodes, 3 or 4 things, and make it. So I don't want to borrow, have to pay back. It doesn't work. I'd rather build slowly than to go into debt doing this. So if you know me and Melissa, we don't want to be doing this on loans. So all this is in addition to what we are doing. The bonus episodes of Here's the Thing and all that would still be made. Love Hour After Dark, all that stuff. This is like in addition to the thing. There we go. Elena, build slowly and maintain ownership. So a friend of mine said there's 3 options. You can only pick 2. It can be good, it can be cheap, it can be fast. You can do good and cheap, but it's gonna be slow. You can do good and fast, but it ain't gonna be cheap. You can do cheap and good, but that'll be fast. You can do fast and cheap, but it won't be good. So I'm choosing good and cheap, and I'm forgoing fast. I'm wondering if you guys are okay letting the network build out slowly so that it can remain Black owned and supported. Listen, you guys want to talk about investors. You are the investors. People who support the Patreon, this is the investment team. This is the investment group. These are the people who say, Kev, we want you to win. And all I'm asking is if I went up to 6. That's all. I'm not asking for monthly. I'm not asking for nothing more than that. It's just, and if you want to do more, at this point in my life, I'm okay letting people do more if they want to. Also, I don't know how to do Discord without Patreon, because that's kind of how it's set up. So, okay, so most of y'all, so here's what I want. Just put own and slow if you're okay with me owning it and building it slow. Just put own and slow, because I want to keep it Black owned. I know I could go out and get investment from white people in 3 seconds, but then it's white people owning. All right, y'all are rocking with me. Own and slow. I thought that was the case. I thought y'all would be doing this, and it's been really hard not to talk to y'all about this because y'all are going to be the first people to know about it. Okay, everybody own and slow. Okay, so here's how this will work if it comes to fruition. Y'all would have to tell no one. I would not talk about this in public. Y'all would know about it before it even came out. Y'all would be able to join before it's even out to the public. Before it's launched, y'all would have been on it because you guys are the first investors. All right. And for the most part, I'll only be able to make content with my friends who see the vision. I know I talked about putting other people on, but the more people I have to pay, the more expensive it is. So I'll continue to do stuff like Unpopular Opinion, things like that to put other comedians on. But for this content, I got to keep it within my close circle. People who like, Kev, you don't have to pay me. You can pay me on the back end, blah, blah, blah. And this is like a 3 to 5 year plan of how it works out. All right, cool. Okay. So y'all are, all right. Okay. All right. So I gotta get prepared for this meeting. My meeting with this company is at 12. I wanted to talk to y'all first because before I put my money in, I wanted to make sure y'all would be able to do it. Andrea, it's definitely separate from Patreon. The thing that Patreon doesn't allow for, that I'm trying to set for, if you do a season, 8 episodes, there's no clean way to put that in Patreon. Patreon's good for content release, kind of like drip style. But if you say, hey, here's season 1 of this show, there's no easy way to do that on Patreon that y'all can comment on that. And as you continue to build content like that, Patreon isn't the best platform for that. Patreon's a great platform for connecting with you guys, doing things the way we're doing now, but releasing seasons and movies and things like that, Patreon's not the best for that. I see a lot of questions about Doe. We'll talk about that at the appointed time. That's all I'll say for right now. We'll talk about it at the appointed time. Amen. Respect my privacy and respect my decision, please, to give you that information when it's appropriate. How's that? I don't want to ignore you guys, but as I transition in my life, there's some things that I want to talk about when I feel the right way to talk about them. Amen. Angelica, that's a good question. She said, what if I charge for that separately, but the shows, that's a plan, but that's definitely something I thought about, and I want it to be all in one. I want you to be able to get everything we have to offer under one roof. So I have thought about that, but I think it's better to house it together. Okay. Cravan says, are we leaving Patreon for the new app? That would be up to you. The way the app would work is the final touches that I want to double check with them on is how do I communicate with you guys? Because one thing Patreon's great about, if I want to put a discount code, if I want to do a poll, things like that, I can really talk to you guys more easily. This app is more closely, it looks more like Netflix than Patreon, which means it's great for disseminating video content, but it's not a social media platform the way Patreon is. So another thing that I would want to work on them with is how do I talk to my subscribers? How do I connect with them? Even if it's not about a video, if it's just when I post my picture about my dreads, Patreon, I can post that image and you guys can, we can laugh or whatever. So I don't know if Patreon becomes our private social network and I put some stuff on there that's not on Instagram and it's our private social media app. Is there value for that? Would you guys want to pay for that? Like, that's kind of what I have to think about. Is it an addition to the content? If you want more, Kev, you can join the Patreon. But I wouldn't want it to be, you have to support both. If you just want the video content, probably be on the app. If you want the video plus more of me, then maybe Patreon takes that thing. And you, obviously I could give you the information on Patreon of the video. So you see what I'm saying? But it wouldn't make any sense to have Patreon only. So it would have to be, the app would be for video. The Patreon would be for like, Kev, we love the video, but we want more. and they would be like a 2-in-1 thing, to where if a fan just says, hey, I'm just here for the shows, I don't really care about Kev, like that, that's fine. And as a businessman, I get that. Some people just want to watch this one show. I'm okay with that. So I just never want you guys to feel like you're being double charged. I don't want you to say, hey guys, I'm gonna need you to do both. It doesn't work like that. I know we are close and we have a great relationship, but I don't ever want to take advantage of you and your kindness and be like, come on, God, give me 5 for this, and let me get it 5 for that, and then help me build but I also don't want to rob people of the opportunity if they want to do that, you know. But also I know $6 is a lot, and some people are, you know, in different countries, so it's more than $6, and I don't ever take it for granted because, you know, shoot, Disney Plus is $5.99. So for you to get and Disney Plus has way more stuff than I have. So, okay, I got to go because I got to talk to Melissa about this for the meeting. This family meet, I'm not going to delete it because I ain't say nothing on there. So anyway, I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow at 10, I believe, for the Love Hour, and 12:30-ish for Here's the Thing. God bless you. God keep you. We'll see you at the digital conference, because remember what happened last time we did doggone conference? It was, the devil got in it.